light of recent events, students are calling for change after the tragedy in Parkland, Florida. The first thing I addressed in the conversation with Jack was some of the struggles and challenges that America as a country has faced in terms of keeping track of these guns.
So I think gun control is a really interesting topic right now. I think it's really hard to manage all the guns out there with 3D printing.
One of the more difficult parts, as Jack talks about, is the issue of categorizing guns and classifying them from person to person when we have so many people coming in and out of this country.
So I think gun control right now is a really interesting topic with all the regulations and everything that's going on in the world. Here in the U.S. and worldwide, I think it's really hard to monitor all the guns with 3D printing, background checks, people coming into our country, people coming out of our country, and it's sort of like the alcohol prohibition back in the day, whereas if you outlaw it, it almost becomes more of an issue. But there definitely need to be tighter constraints on who can get guns, who can purchase guns.
While increased rules and regulations sound like a good idea, as Jack mentioned, sometimes outlawing something can cause a demand for it to skyrocket. It could be interesting to see in the coming months and maybe years. One aspect of gun control that must be continued is the increased diligence on background checks.
Why we're using them. Hunting obviously is prevalent here in the South, but I think if there's a check on a person and there's even any sort of red flag or mental disability, I think that can't even be acceptable for buying a gun. But part of it is like mental health, and I think we need to maybe invest more money in people's mental health and facilities to prevent it getting to that step and to prevent the violence and the massacres that are occurring in our country right now. So it's obviously a really tough issue to talk about or to manage, I think, for everyone involved. But
though one of the more intense debates in our society today is a topic that needs to be continued to be talked about and improved.
There are a place for guns for the right reasons, and there's obviously a place for them for the wrong reasons. So I think it's worth talking about and worth maybe trying to switch up what we're doing now and looking at different alternatives to minimize these tragedies that are going on in our world.
These tragedies are most commonly seen in the worst settings possible, in schools where young people are trying to learn. In an institution like ours, it is our hope that it will never happen. It is the hope of us as students and as a country that we can take steps towards solving this problem and eradicate these tragedies from our country altogether. What has been most inspiring is to see how the younger generation really feels they can make an impact on our society's decisions and gun control laws moving forward. From Clemson University, this is Cale Thorne, Clemson News Now.